Hey everybody, Anthony here, SpecialtyMotorcars.net. Got another nice treat to bring you this week, folks. A beautiful one-family owned 2000 Cadillac Deville. Beautiful example of the turn of the century, full-size Deville. The new body style, this is the first year of the new body style Cadillac Deville after the 90 era, late 90s run. This was new to Cadillac, a lot of new features in this car, including LED taillights. Was the first auto manufacturer to offer that. Now you see it almost standard in most cars. It's really cool to see this as an aged platform now to be an appreciated car. Another unique feature about this car, it's finished in a really unique shade of blue. It's Persian blue, which is a really unique and rare color for these cars. You don't see a lot of them in this color. Finished off with the chrome wheels, and then the shale leather interior makes this a really nice color combination, real nice example of this car. One family owned car. It was originally leased. Lease was bought out, and then ultimately that first owner passed away, and the daughter to the first owner inherited the car, kept it just a few years, and then ultimately sold the car. The car's got 48,000 miles on it, shows beautifully, and this was a dealer service car. It was serviced at Gold Coast Cadillac. I have tons of service records for it. I did just service it here, put 4 brand new white wall tires on it. It actually had still 2 of the original tires on it from manufacturer when I got it. Did 4-wheel brake job to the car as well, and we did rear shocks. I believe an oil change as well. So this car is it's ready to go. It's ready to be driven and enjoyed. See that beautiful blue paint. You know, a lot of these came in the pearl whites, blacks, reds. I'm up over the top here. See, the top is just as nice. The roof, I should say. You used to see these cars around everywhere. Now you just don't see them anymore. This is a nice survivor example. A couple little marks to point out here and there. A little scratch in the headlight. A very minor scratch in the fender there. A few minor blemishes in the corner of the bumper. Come down the side here. You can see the beautiful 16-inch chrome wheels wrapped in brand new white wall tires. It does have this scratch down here. You can kind of see it in the door there. Looks like it was touched up at one point. Did a nice job. Just, a couple little odds and ends scratches here and there. Nothing too crazy. Another nice chrome wheel. Beautiful chrome center cap. I love these taillights, how they light up on the outside edge to give that Cadillac fin look, but then light up completely for a brake light. A couple little nicks and chips right on the edge there. Paint on the deck lid is in really nice shape. You can see just how nice it is with the reflection of the clouds out here on this beautiful spring day. Right on the back bumper, I did notice a few impact points. What those are, those are license plate screws from a car bumping into this car. You see the little hex screw shaped. A couple little other abrasions right here on the edge of the bumper on this side. Original Gold Coast Cadillac tag. Very minor series of scratches right here. Very nice pinstripe going down the side. Again, right up over that roof. Come down the side here. You can see a few little chips right on the door edge. A couple more down here. Very few little scratches on the edge there. Beautiful chrome wheels. Very minor on the corner. I do remember a little chip right there. It even has the original windshield in it still. You can see here the Cadillac roadside service badging on the windshield. Those don't come on aftermarket windshields. That's in the glass, which is kind of cool. Has a traditional Cadillac stand-up hood ornament, which I really like on this model. It's bigger than the previous model. And you can see it's got like a nice sweeping, you know, arc backwards. Kind of stands up and gives you a proud indication of the Cadillac you're driving. Another thing I noticed, you can see right here, right a little spot on the edge there. And I believe, yeah, right there. This is an aluminum hood. So that would be aluminum corrosion on the edge of the hood. The car was out of New Jersey, so it didn't have any really harsh winters or weather, but it does have a little bit of corrosion just starting on the hood. Take a look at the inside of this beautiful Cadillac Sedan Deville, and then we'll take it for a spin. Inside shows the same pride and ownership as the outside of this beautiful Caddy does. It's a beautiful shale leather interior, probably one of the more common colors that Cadillac used in the 2000 era for all their cars, really. You can see here it's got the power memory seats with the easy exit feature, heated seats in the front and in the rear, nice little door pocket storage, we'll say, dual power seats with a flip-up center console to make a 6-passenger sedan. And what was really cool with these early DeVilles is you could also adjust the seatbelt, power operated. I think they did away with that after a while. You can see here how nice and clean the leather is, really nice shape. Shows really well, definitely a non-smoker's car and a very gently used car. Even the leather wrap steering wheel is in really nice shape. It's got all the features and options. I'll show you guys that stuff in just a minute. Let's get to the back seat here. Another cool thing that they kept up with the times. This was 2000, so this was 21 years ago. But it did have heated rear seats, and of course ashtrays and cigarette lighters. Brand new, of course, never been used. But it's kind of funny that they still offer that in 2000. Back seat is just as nice as the front seat. Leather is in really nice shape. One of the nice things about these earlier 2000s DeVilles is the seating in these cars. 2003, when you got heated seats, you also got air-conditioned seats, which was a nice feature to have. But anybody who has it and had one of these will tell you and agree that unfortunately changed the comfort of the seat with the direct cooled seating or forced hot and cold air seating. Also came a much more firmer seat, where these have a lot of cushion to them still. You can see there the carpeting is in really nice shape, well freshly shampooed. Rear climate control as well. Back seat, again, just as nice. This folds down. You get a little pass-through in here. Then this opens up to a dual cup holder system. That flops right back in there. Side airbags as well. Again, that shale leather, the parchment on top, just like the front and other sides. Heated seats as well on the passenger side. Again, there's that carpet. I do my signature carpet shampoo job. And this passenger seat, again, is just as nice. Beautiful, soft, and supple leather. Really clean. And just like the driver's side, this has the power adjusting seat belt as well. Center of this is the flip open armrest. That flips up. Your cup holders flip out, similar to the town cars in the 03 and newer body style. And there's a little cubby you can store stuff. Usually people stuff the seat belts when the center console is down and nobody's sitting there. One of the telltale things with these cars was very common to see was the dashboards warping in these cars. You'd see it right up in the top corners here. The dashboard in this car is in really nice shape, which tells me it was garaged its whole life. Has the original sample, the leather sample that's usually attached to the front seat. All the owner's manual, pen, pamphlets and stuff like that is all included. I do have all the keys, and I also have, like I think I mentioned once before, a lot of service records for this car. So We'll start it up. Let's take a look inside the trunk and the under the hood, and we'll take it for a spin back to the shop to show you those records. This is what I love to see. These are all the keys that came with this car. 2 original fobs, the valet key, and 2 original ignition keys, and also the key registration for the Cadillac. I think it was kind of a similar to the gold key delivery system. All digital instrumentation. You can see 48,038 miles just rolled over. If you remember the video of my father and I coming back from New Jersey, we took this car and the limo as well. Popped the trunk there. We got the fuel cap. We took this and the limo as well and drove both of them back. My father drove this, and he said this was an absolute joy to drive. I believe he was getting mid-20s for fuel economy. I'll have to ask him. Cadillac's 32 valve V8 North Star powered, just like all the Cadillacs came with in the late 90s and early 2000s. This is a phenomenally running North Star. Doesn't leak any oil on the ground. It's a really nice, well-maintained car. That was a big thing with these cars. A lot of people have a negative, stigma with these. But what it really came down to is maintenance. One of the things that Cadillac did with these cars, when they advertised them as cars that didn't need a tune-up till 100,000 miles. So people literally didn't do anything to these cars and never maintained them. But that didn't mean don't change your coolant and your other fluids and stuff, and a lot of people didn't do that. So when you have that Dex Cool sitting in these cars for so long, 20 years or 10 years, and not having it changed, not to change the subject, but you can see there I got the original floor mats, even have the original Gold Coast Cadillac license plate frames, cargo net as well. So yeah, nobody did any maintenance to these things. They were 100,000 mile tune-up intervals. And Cadillac, unfortunately, I think confused a lot of people. So these cars, with proper maintenance, they will go a long way and they won't cause any major disasters. I've had a lot of these and I've had good success with them. Even here 20 years down the road. But anyways, let's take her for a spin. I'll show you how she is on the open road here and head back to the shop. I'm going to show you some of the service records that I have for this, just so everybody knows the dashboard isn't flashing. That's the LED pixels versus my camera picking up the pixels as it changes. Happens all the time. Looks freaky, but it's really not doing that in front of me. Anyways, so this is a beautiful DeVille. It's a nice driving car, very comfortable, 6-passenger sedan. This is a great car for anybody who's looking for just a really nice, comfortable set of wheels to do some commuting with, local driving, whatever you want to do with this car. It's a great opportunity to have kind of an old school Cadillac feel and ride in kind of a modern era car. My name is Anthony. I appreciate everybody for tuning in like always. My number is 978-930-1004. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. I know you won't be upset that you did. We have a lot of cars like this coming in. My father and I, we go all over looking for these Cadillacs, Lincolns, Buicks. That's all we really deal with is specialty, low mileage, mom and pop type cars. And we bring them back here. We're in Pelham, New Hampshire. Both him and I, father-son team. Work on them, get them up to, speed and tires and brakes and stuff like that. And get them ready for the next owner. And we love doing it. We love doing it together. So definitely hit that subscribe button. Anybody wants to give a shout out to Papa Bear, he always breezes through the comments. So you'll probably see him in the comments section below. But we're going to take this caddy back to the shop. And after we get back to the shop, we are going to show you some of the service records I have. Like I said before, I have a whole folder full of records for this car. From essentially new, I believe. All documented maintenance intervals, And this car was really well maintained, even at only 48,000 miles and not needing a lot of maintenance. It was really well kept and a lot of preventative maintenance done at the Cadillac dealership. So let's head back to the shop right now. We'll thumb through those records, give you a better idea of how well this car was kept. All right, take a look at some of these great service records that I have for this Cadillac. All performed mostly at Gold Coast Cadillac, where the car was purchased. You can see here the thick stack of service records, all included with the car. Oil changes, window regulators, all types of things over the years of, good service done right at the Cadillac dealership. This was a window regulator, $429. Yearly inspections, oil changes, services, tires, etc., etc., etc. So, big stack of paperwork. This car was really well maintained, and I love seeing stuff like this. You even have the original selling dealers, the the salesman's card, which is kind of cool. The Crest Club. I never heard of something like that. That must have been something that Cadillac put out, or maybe Gold Coast Cadillac put out there in Oakhurst, New Jersey. But any questions? 978-930-1004. We appreciate you for watching. We'll talk to you on the next one.